1, 2, is this on?
We've seen many eccentric wrestlers who are off their rocker, cut insane, over-the-top promos.
If he wants it, he's got it. But if he beats you, we shave your head and your ass.
Can't we just shave the head?
From hilariously absurd
I'm a man playing with boys. No, that's not what I meant to say.
to outrageously ridiculous,
You ain't a hamburger with extra cheese, extra mayonnaise, and extra ketchup.
all the way to the shockingly unreal.
I have big brothers that's done been in jail for molesting their own kid.
We've got a host of crazy talking segments to show you today,
Your wife's a whore.
as we highlight 10 unhinged wrestling promos.
When I get Ric Flair right where I want him, and as I see the raw, pink meat on your back, brother, I will double strap you with both fists, and I will never stop.
On their own, the Ultimate Warrior and Macho Man Randy Savage had some of the most entertaining off-the-wall promos. So imagine what happened when the two were paired together as the Ultimate Maniacs in 1992.
Explosiveness that can never ever be recreated. A chemical combustion that forms a bond forever and ever.
There were two combustible elements colliding, an explosion of madness waiting to happen.
No sleep, no food, no nothing. Just maniacism.
Warrior and Savage could rob a bank over the phone.
You can ride a black tornado across the western sky, rope an old blue northern and milk it till it's dry. Bulldog the Mississippi and pin its ears down black, long before you beat all of us ultimate maniacs. Ooh, yeah.
They were larger-than-life wordsmiths with charisma oozing out of their pores.
You must sink to the lowest depths before you can reach the greatest height. See it, the Survivor Series. Oh, yeah!
Even if you weren't quite sure what they said, you were entertained and couldn't wait to see what they were going to do next.
It means give all you got till you drop and can't give no more. What are you gonna do? Kill us?
Their promos were like running through a wall, even though the door was wide open.
Your ultimate destiny is ultimate defeat.
Like Savage and Warrior, Hulk Hogan was famous for being an unhinged talker. During his WCW rivalry with Ric Flair in 2000, the Hulkster had an ace up his sleeve called the Yap-apie Indian Strap Match. For fans unsure of what this stipulation entailed, Hogan made sure to explain it in captivating detail. The entire promo sounds like one big bedroom innuendo, as the Hulkster lays out his plan to penetratively punish the Nature Boy with striated strapation.
In the Yap-apie Indian Strap Match, when you're in the four corners of the battle zone, the main priority is to get the body in the proper position for the strapation dudes. When I get Ric Flair right where I want him, when I get him out of wind, sucking air, sweating from head to toe, I will call to the strap master Jimmy Hart on ringside. Give me Yap-apie Indian punishment strap number 1.
The match would take place at Uncensored, which is a fitting name given all the things Hogan had planned for Flair.
As I strap your body, Ric Flair, as you scream to the heavens for mercy, as I see your skin start to bubble off your body, you will drop your knees and you will say, please, Mr. Hogan, please, I can't take it anymore.
For better or worse, Hulk promoted the hell out of what would be the first and only Yap-apie Indian Strap Match in history.
That's when the flesh will start to peel from your hide. And as I see the raw, pink meat on your back, brother, I'm gonna take it to another level. I will double strap you with both fists, and I will never stop.
Ric Flair delivered a sus promo of his own on Nitro in December 1998. It was an outrageous segment which resulted in him removing his clothes and challenging WCW President Eric Bischoff to a rematch after their debacle at Starrcade 98 the night before. Flair began by flaunting his expensive glad rags.
This is how I travel, you jackass. I'm custom made from head to toe.
The Nature Boy then began to remove each article of clothing one by one, while tearing up dollar bills.
Yours. $3,000.
Rick was down to his socks and boxer shorts, naching around the ring. The crowd in attendance completely ate it up. It was mad TV.
He just rifled a Gucci shoe.
I ain't leaving.
Oh, wait a minute. Wearing boxer shorts. Just a second.
Flair ended up handcuffing himself to the ropes. He eventually got his match with Bischoff, which Rick won to become president of WCW.
You turn the camera off, and I'll be naked when you come back.
Oh my God.
After lengthy talking segments became the norm in WWE, it was interesting to see legends of the past come back in and cut more unconventional promos compared to what fans were used to at the time. The company would try and script them, but this was foolish and in some cases pointless, since the legends wanted to do their own thing. If it's not broke, don't script it. One such example saw Terry Funk return on the May 15, 2006 Raw, where he and Mick Foley got into it on the mic. Instead of the usual WWE promo where rivals take turns speaking, Funk got right in Foley's face, responding to each line there and then, as opposed to waiting silently until the script said it was time to talk. Funker fired back at Mick after Foley was angry at Terry for missing the Hardcore Legends retirement ceremony at Madison Square Garden on Raw in 2003 due to asking for more money to appear.
It broke my heart! It broke your heart! And now you have the nerve to stand here and look me in the eye and say I'm like a son to you? Yes, you are like a son to me! Well, I'll tell you what. Listen to me. No! You shut your damn mouth!
The exchange was heated, emotional, and comical all at the same time. The main thing was that you could feel the tension given the history between both men. They each made you believe, to the point where you couldn't wait to see what they would do to one another at the upcoming One Night Stand pay-per-view. It was especially fun to see Terry recreate some of his iconic lines.
You ever look at his face? Oh, what a face he's got. If I had a face like him, I'd have it circumcised.
If I had a head like yours, I'd have it circumcised.
Your mother's a whore.
Your wife's a whore.
Oh, your sons are a bunch of...
Your kids are bastards.
Sticking with Mick Foley as we take a look at an episode of Raw from January 10, 2000, where Mick caused utter chaos as Mankind. He had just returned after being fired, so the Hardcore Legends sought revenge on those who wronged him, including a Mankind impersonator portrayed by Midian.
If they ask what you're up to, I'll just say, well, the fake Mankind is all tied up. It's a joke! Laugh with me! Let me hear you laugh!
Over the course of the night, Mankind terrorized the imposter in hilarious fashion.
The Chinese water for little by little, I dropped some of this hot coffee on her head, and over the course of several hours, screw it.
It was the perfect blend of comedy and craziness that Foley was famous for.
I'll turn you around, point your face up to that television set, and make you watch an hour of milestone matches. I'm coming around, you know why? Because I kind of like your fashion sense. I'm thinking about untying you. Please, oh please.
Mankind's last act of madness was where things really got unhinged, as he harassed Tori, who at the time had been getting her boyfriend Kane to destroy any guy who even spoke to her.
So I'd like to take the opportunity now to tell you how much I really admire your sweaty, heaving, voluptuous breasts. I've comprised a list of about 17 other things I'd really like to do to those bad boys. I'll be in my dressing room, all right?
Mick told Tori to come back to his locker room later in the night, but this was all part of the plan, since Tori naturally got her lover Kane on the case, who subsequently found the fake Mankind alone in Foley's dressing room, and you can guess what happened next.
He touched me, he fondled me. It's room number 3. Room number 3, it's right here.
Oh my God, wait! Kane is assaulting the famous Mankind! That's not Mankind! What are you doing? Kane, wait!
Ahmed Johnson was known for his hot temper and intensity that more than spilled out in his promos, so much so that oftentimes it was hard to understand what he was saying.
But now, you fucking ready to get the big dog. Because if you're dumb enough to believe you got what it takes to take on Ahmed Johnson and a verbal powerhouse, then come on. You step right up, baby, and I guarantee you won't be going home.
I don't give a damn about you and your plan. Because tonight, I'm taking you out.
He was so angry the words couldn't fit out of his mouth.
You guys trying to kill me? I'm a gang member, baby. Remember that. If not, come to that ring. I'll step in, G. Like you do, I'm gonna break you off something rough.
Johnson certainly had potential, and perhaps if he didn't have such a bad attitude behind the scenes, he could have leaned into his persona and been remembered as one of the most eccentric madmen.
I don't take my Prozac anymore. And when I get off Prozac, brother, you don't know what might happen. These are my people. All of them. Black, white, Spanish, Japanese.
A cross between the chaotic, unpredictable menace Bill Goldberg and the incoherent marble-mouthed Scott Steiner.
Y'all don't shut the hell up. I'm gonna come out there and kick all your ass. So Monday night, look out, cause I'm giving
The problem was Ahmed was overly aggressive and took himself too seriously, which can be seen in his unintelligible promos.
I am defending the belt for everybody in here, black, white, red, or green.
Look at all those green people.
Like Johnson, Scott Steiner had earned his place in the Mike Mishap Hall of Fame, but unlike Ahmed, Scott was in on the joke. In WCW, Steiner established himself as a jacked-up, jive-talking womanizer who chose to verbally tear down his opponents in unique fashion. A great example is Scott's tirade against Goldberg on the September 11, 2000 episode of Monday Nitro. Here we saw the recurring tropes of a trademark Steiner promo, such as his love for women and use of comedic one-liners.
You see, when I have my freaks horizontal, they understand size. They appreciate size, and size does matter.
Scott's elegant way with words and rhyming ability is beautifully poetic. A true Shakespearean meathead come to life.
And they know that they don't have to wait for the Earth to rotate on a 47-degree axis so the stars can touch the sky and create an equinox so they can see the Big Dipper. And satisfaction's coming when I go behind and do the bump and grind. And it's only a matter of time because they call me the Big Bad Booty Daddy.
Steiner finishes by once again reminding us, and Goldberg, that size does matter.
So Goldberg, realize this, I only care about two things in this world, my freaks and my peaks. And when I beat your bald ass down at Fall Brawl, and I'm about to put you in the Steiner recliner, I'm gonna whisper in your ear, size does matter, bitch.
Given his king status, Jerry Lawler saw fit to cut a promo at the King of the Ring event 2 years running in 1996 and 97. On both occasions, he buried members of the audience straight to their face. It was the hilariously brutal Lawler at his heel best.
It's girls like you that turn men into, well, people like gold dust.
No one was safe from Lawler's verbal bullets.
He's not ingratiating himself. Is that your face or did your neck throw up?
He may not have won the King of the Ring tournament, but Jerry was the king of savagery.
Look at this guy right here. Hey, does your parole officer know you're out this late? Look at her. Nice to see you off the streets for a change.
In 97, Lawler also let rip on his opponent that night, Mankind.
You know, when he was born, his mother took one look at his rear end and one look at his face, and she said, my God, Siamese twins.
Despite all his crimes and controversies, New Jack was an incredible talker. He may have been too edgy and unpredictable for the mainstream companies, but his work for ECW and Smoky Mountain felt like nothing else in wrestling at the time. This is also true when it comes to New Jack's gritty promos. One of his most famous promos occurred during the O.J. Simpson case in 1994. At the time, Jack was wreaking havoc in Smoky Mountain as part of the Gangsters, so the promo referencing O.J. gave them that extra bit of heat.
30 years ago, we would have been strung up in somebody's tree, getting hung for beating two white boys the way we just did. Violence to you might be putting somebody in a figure four. Violence to me is taking a can of gas and pouring it on you and setting you on fire. To my homeboy, O.J. Simpson, keep up the good work, baby. Two less we got to worry about.
A month later, on August 13th in 94, New Jack spoke to the fans of Smoky Mountain to address the controversy he'd been causing at the promotion thus far.
And if you don't like me being here, train to be a professional wrestler, get in this ring, and I'll beat you like I own you.
The original Gangster then took aim at upcoming opponents, the Rock and Roll Express.
They might beat us wrestling, but a fight. I'm talking about an eye gouging, hair pulling, teeth being knocked out fight.
Finally, Jack had one last parting shot for the fans of Smoky Mountain.
Smoky Mountain fans, TV producers, kiss my black.
Kurt Angle has cut tons of out-of-pocket promos, but one you might not remember came during the Sunday Night Heat pre-show before the 2002 Royal Rumble. Here, Kurt spoke about the audience's bad habits. Keep in mind this was when the What chant had recently begun, and thus was running rampant at every show.
We all have our share of habits. Or acting like a total bunch of idiots by saying what every 2 seconds.
I told you, that's a bad habit. Worse than biting your nails, if you can believe that.
Given he was one of the favorites for the Rumble match, Angle tried to get the Atlanta crowd to chant main event at WrestleMania instead of what.
Main event at WrestleMania. Because while you people are down here in Atlanta marrying your cousins, that's exactly where I'll be heading. Marrying their cousins?
After being bombarded by more What chants, Kurt continued with the insults before descending into a What frenzy of his own to close things out.
You people in Atlanta are ungrateful, idiotic bunch of hicks. What? Freaking idiot.
Now, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out our similar video on 20 WWE wrestlers who went completely blank on live TV. Hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time.